What's up, y'all? It's your boy Hyman Cuz back in the building, coming at you with a brand new exclusive tutorial. Today I'm gonna be doing the Manbun undercut taper. So came in with a curly topped Manbun. I'm gonna undercut it and do a skin taper and line up his beard with the straight razor. Let's get it. So first things first, you want to knock down all the bulk, and in this clip I'm using a number 2 metal guard detachable clipper on my Oster Octane. I use this just to give myself a nice base for the taper. Let's get it. As you can see, everything's nice and even. Now I'm going to use my Babyliss Pro Fx clipper to put myself a nice straight zero skin line for my taper. Highly recommend this blower. You can get it at Harbor Freight. I'll go ahead and put the link in the description. Once you do your first guideline with your clippers, you come back with your electric shaver to make sure it's butter soft. After you use your electric shaver, flip over your liners and go downward to take out that line. After you do that, you want to create your first guideline for your taper. You're going to open your clipper, no guard, open the lever all the way and go up about a finger's width on the taper. After that, put your 1/16 guard on your clipper, open it all the way and go up about a finger's width above your initial guideline. Afterwards, you're going to put a 1 guard on the clipper, open the lever all the way to make it a true 1.5. You'll run up the 1.5 just under your initial 2 guideline. This ensures a nice blend. Once you did the true 1.5, now you lower the lever, so now you're at about a 1.25, and you just work those little shadows out that you can see. And it's usually best to use a little piece of the blade, like the corners of the blade, to get more in the tight places. But you just work that lever down. Repeat the same steps on this side. So put your half guideline and work your way down. So you'll work from the open lever half to the quarter open, and then you'll zero it out, as you'll see here in a few seconds. There we go. You work your way down from the half down, and then you work your way up from the half to the 2. You always want to make sure you're consistent with your system when you're cutting hair, so whatever steps you do on one side, you do it on the other. So right here, you'll see me open the 1/16 guard all the way and go up about a finger's width to kind of take out some of that shadow. The key to a proper blend is to gradually work your way up or work your way down. Either which way you put it, you're either working up to a certain size or you're working down from a certain size. Since we did a 2, we're going to throw the 1 guard on, open it up all the way, and work underneath the 2 with the 1.5 guard, a true 1.5 guard. So this just makes sure that you have a nice blend. You're going downwards, so from a 2 to a 1.5, then you'll lower the lever a little bit lower like this to 1.25, and then you'll work it down to a 1 just so you can get a nice transition in the fade. It works the same with the beard too. So here I'll use the no guard open, so it'll be a true half, and I'll work the lever downwards to blend out that initial 0 guideline on the beard. Always be careful when you're doing somebody's beard. You definitely don't want to take too much or go too low. You don't want to take too much darkness out of someone's beard, because that'll just kill the day. Usually when I'm working with someone that has a full beard, I'll throw a 1.5 guard open on my clipper and just go a finger's width below the half guideline that I initially put in. so it ensures a nice blend and it's not taking too much length off, too much bulk. You want to just try to be as conservative as possible. As you can see, I'm not really doing too much, just barely tapping it. This is one of my favorite tricks, especially when dealing with someone with a big beard. You put that same 1.5 guard on the clipper and you open it, and you gradually take some off, going with the grain. So not against the grain, you're going downward on the beard. This just allows you to get all the little stragglers without taking so much darkness off or so much length off of somebody's beard. Let's get it. Also, when lining somebody's beard up, you want to keep a natural line, so it's not very necessary for you to dig real deep into this sideline right here of the jaw. So you want to just easily, just a couple little swipes, you know, nothing too crazy. Just very lightly tap into it, because the more you push in, the more awkward the shape gets, and that's what we don't want. We want symmetrics. So the same steps, guys. Right now I got my 0 guideline for my neck taper. I'm going to go ahead and open my lever up all the way to make it a true half, and then I'll go ahead and go up about a thickness of a finger and just work my way down from the half to the 0 line, gradually decreasing the lever width and making sure that I can get a nice smooth transition from 0 to half. Always be sure that you do a couple of passes around the neck, like around the whole haircut in general, but you want to make sure that you just go back and forth a couple times, because that's a lot of hair. It's a lot of stuff that you can't see to the naked eye, and you want to make sure you get a nice even ground whenever you're doing any kind of blending. So constantly go back and forth, go a couple of times over it, and that's how you ensure a nice even haircut as well. Here I'll open my 1/16 guard about halfways, go up about another finger's width on the neck taper. This is just to decrease shadow. Like in the back, you can see it has a lot of shadow right now, nothing's really blended. So this is all just to easily, gradually fade into the number 2 guard that I initially put as the base. Right here you can see there's a little bit of shadow at the bottom of the taper right there, so I just close the rest of the lever and make it a true half, or a true 1/16 guard. And now, since I'm working my way up, I open the lever all the way to make it a open 1/16. And you always want to make sure that you flick your wrist out whenever you're fading. It just allows for an easier blend. It's more simple. The harder you push into the hair, the harder the line you leave behind. The key is, once you work your way up, you want to work your way down as well. So I open the 1/16, now I'm going back down and closing it to make it a quarter open. That's why you follow the lever on the side of the clipper. So you can open it all the way, you can close it a quarter, you can close it all the way, and that determines the additional length of your guard. So as you can see in the neck right now, I'm just dropping it down because I've already worked my way up. You can see right at the top of the taper, there's just a little bit of shadow underneath the 2 guard. That's when you come back with the 1 guard, you close the lever all the way, and you flick it up a little bit. So you're gonna go underneath the 2 where you initially put the base of the haircut, and you just flick out. And you're gonna gradually work your way up to make sure it's a nice blend. So right now you're starting with the true 1, and you'll open the lever just a little bit to make it 1 1/4. Probably one of my favorite parts of the whole haircut, lining up the neck of the taper with my Babyliss Pro liners. These things hit so hard, like my goodness, they're so butter. You want to make sure you keep a natural line, don't push it in. You don't want to take too much hair off, just work the natural edges. So now we just double back and do the same steps. Since we already did the half on the neck taper, we're going to come back with the 1/16 guard, open it halfways to make it a quarter of the ways open, and we're going to go up on the taper about 1 finger's width above from the half line. Since at this moment I'm working my way down, I'll drop the lever from a quarter of the ways open to all the way open to get any little shadows beneath that initial guideline. It's pretty dope to see. You can see every step and how it works with the haircut. So right now I'm debulking a little bit with the 1/16 guard, lever all the way open. So this is an all the way open 1/16 guard, going up about a finger's width above what I just did with the lever quarter of the ways open. So let's get it. Y'all, if you made it this far, I'm happy for you. Let's get it. Keep pushing. You're almost done. Let's go. See, this is the bread and butter right here. Throw the 1 guard on there, open it a quarter of the ways, and you flick out. Remember, we only did a 2 for the base haircut. So the base of the cut is a 2. Now we're creeping right underneath the 2 with a 1 1/4 open. So stay tuned, y'all. The blend is coming. Let's go. Details matter, so make sure that if you see any shadow, any little discrepancy in the haircut, don't hesitate to lower the lever or raise the lever to get the little shadows out. Let's go. There's just a little bit of shadow right here that I'm going to tap up with the 1 guard. This is just a 1 guard closed, so this is a true 1. Just feathering out the blend. Boom. Now to almost finish the cut, I'm going to open the 1 guard all the way to make it a true 1 1/2, and I'm going to work right underneath where we put the base of the 2 guard on there. So I'm going to work right underneath. Always be sure before you line up, you brush that hairline down so you get an accurate lining. Now for my favorite part, let's get this line up straight, baby. Using my Babyliss Pro liners, I'm gonna go ahead and get my guys lined up very nice and crispy. And y'all stay tuned. If your liners don't hit like mine, they don't cut like mine, stay tuned because I'll be putting a video out on how to make your clippers as sharp as mine. Let's go. Like, follow, comment, subscribe. You guys know the deal. Always remember when you're doing the lineup on the forehead, this is probably like the most important part of the cut. Take your time and do not push it back. Natural lines only. Natural lines matter. Non-GMO, keep it organic and make sure you don't push it back. Let's go, guys. For the mustache, you only want to trim just above the lip. You don't ever want to take too much off because you're going to have them looking crazy out here with a skinny mustache and everything. Don't do it. Take your time. Let's go. The minute you take too much of this man's mustache off is the minute he looks like the Tapatio man on the Tapatio bottle. If you know, you know. Let's go, guys. So same thing, just keep a natural line. You can see where his natural edge is. All you want to do is just define it a little bit. That's it. Just define it. And again, if you need to see a video for this, I'll be posting one up soon. Let's go. I appreciate y'all. Guys, I can't stress this enough. If you're going to be working on somebody's beard, make sure you pick it out to the fullest. Make sure you pick it out. pull it out however you need to do it, and use your clippers, no guard, and you just shape it. You look all around the beard and you shape up the stragglers. You trim what shouldn't be there, but you do it softly, gently. Don't go hard. Don't try to take chunks off. Just gradually nip the ends of the hair to get a nice shape that the customer wants. Also, if it helps for this part in particular, you can put a white paper towel underneath the beard to give yourself a white background to see exactly what you're cutting. I know to the naked eye it can be a little tough, but the white paper towel helps. Yes sir, this is another one of my favorite parts of the haircut, the straight razor work, especially on the beard. This is my bread and butter. I love this shit. So always be sure to stretch the skin. Whenever you're working with the razor, you stretch the skin, because if you don't stretch it, there's a chance you could slice some skin off. You definitely don't want to slice nobody's skin off. Always stretch the skin. It doesn't really hurt the client, it just helps to shave. And if you put a hot towel on them before, you should have no problem giving your customers butter shaves. Let's get it. Look guys, I know you see my big old bear claw on this dude's face. He's not complaining, it don't hurt, it just makes the shave better. So always be sure, again, stretch that skin. You can see how I'm stretching with my thumb. Got my comb and my thumb stretching on one hand and the razor blade going on the other. Yes sir. This is a great angle for you guys to see everything right here. So you can see I'm stretching the skin. The blade isn't moving too rough or anything like that. It all just depends on how you stretch the skin and if you used a hot towel on them before, or if you use like a shave gel or something like that. That is kind of a cheat code to a nice shave, but stretching the skin, that is going to get you like so much farther. It's going to get you sharper lines and sharper edges. So just another pro tip for you guys. And for those that aren't sure how to use a straight razor or hold a straight razor, I'll put a separate video out on that. But this is how I hold my straight razor, with my index finger and my thumb. I just feel like I have more control over it that way. The way they showed me in barber school just ain't never really worked for me. So this is what we end up with from my guy Damien. He came in with the undercut man bun. He's got a lot of curly hair on top, a lot of stuff going on. But he likes to look clean, you know, so I gave him a nice skin taper, cleaned up his beard, shaped up his beard. If you guys like the video, like, comment, follow, subscribe below. You already know, follow me on Instagram at Jaime Barber Studio. Let's get it. I appreciate all you guys and all the support. Let's go.